everyone, and welcome to the video. I'm Professor Amanda, and class has officially begun. And we are back with my best buddy, Kev Killica, who is gracious enough to give us another Flash Tournaments for Everyone early Prismatic Cup. So Kevin, tell me a little bit about this footage.
It was actually the very first tournament we did, so right after the meta went live. So I think everybody was in the dark with which picks they had to make. But it was a 5-rounder, and Zachary did record. So I was really happy to finally feature the very first tournament of the month on our server.
Nice, and he swept it too, right?
Yeah, exactly, 5-0.
That's what we like to see.
Apparently the battles were very close, so it should be an exciting video.
I'm pumped. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, although I'm pretty sure it's common knowledge at this point, is there's a whitelist this month, and they're color-coded. So you can only pick one Pokemon that is in each of these different color codes. So we did it in order here, and Zachary's team is Lanturn, Talonflame, Froslass, Chesnaught, Shiftry, and Gengar. What are your initial thoughts on this team?
I think it's pretty hard to rate a team at this point because we don't really know what the popular picks of each slot will be. Mm-hmm. There's a meta usage, but I feel like with metas that restrict your slots, you can be weak to certain Pokemon. Like, for example, if you're weak to 3 of the same Pokemon in one slot, you can only see one of those. So it doesn't really matter too much.
Mm-hmm, that's true, that's true.
That changes your team building a lot. I feel like Zachary is pretty weak to fire, running Shiftry, Chesnaught, and Froslass.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, which explains the Lanturn, obviously. But the Gengar, if the opponent shields enough, it's pretty squishy. And then there's a Talonflame, which is a fire himself. So I'm interested to see how he will play around the opposing fire types.
Yeah, what's really interesting to me is, this team just overall seems like a fairly squishy team. I mean, Shiftry, Gengar, and Talonflame, actually, and even Froslass, usually people need to shield once or double shield to get to the maximum potential. So that's 4 of them. Yeah. And then the fighter point of Chesnaught, I mean, he's good, but his fighting move obviously debuffs him as well. So it's, it's...
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. Let's get into the battles here and see how it goes. All right, so his first opponent is running Kingdra, Charizard, Froslass, Snorlax, and Sunnycherim, and a Alolan Graveler. So pretty different matches. We have a double grass team pretty much against a double fire team.
Not really fire.
Yeah, fake fire.
More of a interesting. I didn't expect to see 2 totally different teams from the very start. I feel like Zachary has Froslass pretty much covered. I think isn't really a threat, but there is of course the Charizard, which can put a lot of pressure on Zachary's team. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I assume we'll see the Lanturn for sure.
Yeah, and when we were looking at the PV Poke simulations at the very beginning, I believe Snorlax was leading overall on that pick, so I assume we'll see a lot of Snorlaxes at the beginning. It's interesting, I think over time, like Hypno has started to come across as the 3rd place slot, but yeah, both of these people are running Froslass. So.
Yeah, Froslass is always a good pick to round off your team, I think.
Yep, I think it's a great in a safe swap position usually because just 1 Powder Snow or 2 advantage really can swap matches. Yeah. Let's see how they decide to lead. Ooh, we have a Froslass mirror lead.
A horrible mirror match because there's a bait move.
Hate Froslass. I hate bait moves in general.
Yeah, if it's a mirror and one of the 2 can bait, it's game changing. So
yeah. Oh, so yeah, it looks like Eddie did a Shadow Ball and then dipped into his safe swap here, which is Snorlax. That's a pretty good safe swap, and then Chesnaught's coming in to do some damage.
Immediate superpower.
Wow.
Pretty fast.
I think he maybe sees the other team is running fire too, so he's like, okay, it's probably going to be pretty useless after this.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a chance he just doesn't know that it debuffed him right away.
There's of course the bulk from Lanturn in the back.
Yeah. So that Froslass comes back in. I assume he'll just let it go down. Oh.
Yeah.
He just wants it to go down as quick as possible here. Oh, interesting.
If this is an avalanche, that's a very good catch.
Yeah.
It's not.
Fortunately, it is not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
rough.
guess, yeah, there's only play now is to maybe use that Chesnaught later as a safe swap, but
Or a sex swap. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have see a Spark Lantern, which seems to be the preference in this cup. Although I've been looking and I see some merit in running a water gun lantern. So I'll be interested to see if there's any of those in this cup. But
Yeah.
obviously the Spark gets to the charge moves a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Ooh,
Neutral. That's a loss.
Yeah. The Chesnaught has no health and no moves stored on it, and fortunately the Dragon Breath is just going to take them both down here.
I think Lanturn can beat Gengar in the 2 shields, but in the 0 and the 1 shields it's usually a loss, and especially if it can debuff, then it's game over for Lanturn.
Yeah, and with the 50% Octazooka debuff, that's basically just a coin flip, so...
There's not much Zachary can do against the Gengar now that I look at the team more carefully.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, there's a lot of like
a Gengar with 2 shields is really overpowered in this against Zachary's team.
Even though those sparks add up, yeah, like we were saying, the Dragon Breath just does even more damage. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Zachary comes back from this in the second round. So this is
okay,
neutral-ish. I mean,
not
both have very powerful, quick charge moves. So
yeah, the longer the game lasts, the worse for Shiftry.
Yes. But you know, we learned this in I think it was the Nightfall Cup. Like a double shielded Shiftry can really tear through teams a lot of the times. And you know, I didn't really see many Charmers on the whitelist.
Yeah,
so
exactly. There's the Whimsicott, which is I think the best Charmer. Oh,
going for a complete farm down, and now we have a loaded Froslass.
Yeah, maybe farm with Talonflame.
So interesting. Okay,
but opponent is without any shields, so you can now just Brave Bird and go to something else.
Yeah, and knowing that Froslass is in the back, I think it still has a little energy save, but oh wow.
That's a lot of damage.
Man.
Wow.
Okay, Brave Bird is nothing to fool around with there.
And now the opposing Froslass has to throw his energies.
Yep.
That's good play.
Yes, and so yeah, this Froslass is definitely going down. And then what is in the back? Snorlax again? Well, do you think he's able to? Oh, it looks like there's some lag there, maybe? Or is he going to flame charge and then Brave Bird? Because then I think maybe
oh my god, he could have just double flame charged.
Yeah, at that rate, you definitely could have. Wow, that was really risking it there.
Maybe it was for the flex.
Yeah. Okay, well, that was
well played.
Yeah, my goodness. I actually was kind of worried for Zachary, even though, you know, you knew he was going to win it because he had to at least 1-1.
Yeah, exactly.
With all that energy that Froslass had, it was pretty. Yeah. Let's see. So now we have a Gengar versus the Kingdra.
I think Zachary is trying to, like, if you bring your opponent to 0 shields, and then you can bring in Talonflame, you're pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Talonflame is just so annoying because Incinerate is it's the only 5-turn move, but you can immediately Brave Bird.
Yeah, you see now he's down to 0 shields again, so Talonflame can just Brave Bird again, and then it's interesting play.
Yep, you can see him clicking it, so you know it's going to happen. And but even in this Charizard matchup, I assume that. Ooh, good swap.
Good catch. This is definitely an Octazooka.
Yeah. And even though these Dragon Breaths were adding up, this Leaf Blade is going to be good. Yeah. And a shiny Shiftry even deflects. We didn't even say this earlier. Okay, so now a Froslass, but the Shiftry already has a little bit of energy advantage. Yeah. This foul play. Is it enough to take it out, or at least will be
probably
so quick?
Shiftry has so much attack.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's a squishy little thing, but it packs a punch.
Well, I think this was a really great play on Zachary side. So early in the meta and already knowing how to play shields and stuff. Because now I kind of see why he went for so many squishy Pokemon, because Chesnaught, Shiftry, and Gengar, they all take shields like no other Pokemon can.
That is true, yeah. And as an opponent, you have to think very quick because, like you said, you know, like the attack is so high as well. It's not like you can afford to not shield a foul play from a Shiftry, or that you couldn't, you know, from a Shadow Ball from a Gengar. So yeah, very interesting. Let's see how he goes on against his second opponent, Hit a Chicken.
Nice. That's some spice.
Yeah, my goodness. That's what's kind of fun about this cup, though, I suppose, is you're seeing a lot on the list that haven't maybe had a lot of play already.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is two Kingdras that we've seen. Magcargo, an Emolga, a Superior Slowbro, and Skuntank. So I actually, I haven't played much with the Superior, but I like it that it has that kind of annoying debuff move, and also a move that does really well against grass and fighters. So it, you know, it's an interesting pick in that as well.
Yeah, and in a week or two, it will be Frenzy Plant user.
Do you think the Frenzy Plant is better on it, or the Leaf Tornado? Because I kind of like the baity, annoying move.
The people I know that play Superior always say like the Leaf Tornado is really good on it and it doesn't really need Frenzy Plant. But the thing is, Frenzy Plant is just such a high damage move.
Yeah, it's
for such a low energy cost. So I think I will run Frenzy Plant.
Yeah, I mean, you even think about like in the Venusaur Froslass matchups that you see, what like Frenzy Plant hitting it so hard where it really shouldn't be effective, but it does so much damage.
Yeah.
And also, I'm kind of like jealous of this little Emolga. I only saw him in action in what was it, like the Flying Cup for GBL, and I noticed that it is really squishy as well. But yeah, it's a decent electric pick.
I have no idea how this will go.
All right, well let's see.
Okay, that's
okay.
I have to look out for the crunch, but the poison jabs are not very effective, so that's an advantage for the Froslass.
Yep, and the avalanches will definitely hurt. Oh, the Skuntank tanks it.
Yes, Skuntank can win the 0 shield, so it loses the 1 and 2, but because of the crunch, it can knock out the Froslass.
Unfortunately, yeah. Now that okay, this is a good response. I guess the Magcargo is not too worried about. Although that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
So okay, immediately switching out to this Charge Beam Lantern, and the Kingdra comes in. We've seen this before, but now both sides have. Oh yes, yeah.
You're back in season 1, Silph.
Yes.
The throwing before the Octazooka is really key. But I assume he's gonna throw a Outrake. But yeah.
Yeah. So he lets the Lantern go, and now it's an interesting position. Looks like he was gonna try to farm down that Kingdra, but realizing he couldn't get to it, it's gonna either take a shield or take it out.
Now we're gonna see a smackdown against the Talonflame, which is not pretty.
We'll see how quickly a Talonflame goes down. Yeah. The Talonflame against the Magcargo has no chance. I mean, even with those flame charges. I wonder how Zachary will adapt it. So both games so far, he's lost the first, but he's able to have a good team comp read, I think, after that point. So
maybe he wants to give confidence to the opponent.
Also, I think the first game is a good way to see your opponent's play style. So yeah, not shielding up the avalanche on the Skuntank, choosing to play it out. Yeah, we'll have to see how they choose to do this next round. Oh, okay, both times also. I'm maybe picking up a pattern here from Zachary.
This is
leading Froslass and going to Shiftry.
Yeah, this is actually not the worst for Shiftry, because Magcargo is pretty slow, and grass is neutral.
Well, it is a snail. All right, so the swap into Superior, and now swap into Froslass, and I highly doubt Zachary will shield any of these moves, although they did get the attack drop from the Leaf Tornado.
I don't think Froslass really cares if its attack is dropped against the Superior. but you see Froslass afford to not shield twice here, and if it was a Frenzy Plan, he should have shielded the first.
That is true. You're still highly petitioning for the Frenzy Plan Superior.
Yeah.
So I assume the Mad Cargo will come back. Yep.
Yep.
Knock
I
it
think
down.
Yeah, because the Shiftry had a move, and the Macargo is in knockout range.
So he lets it go down, choosing to save some shields for this Kingdra.
Oh, notifications popping up.
Winning even with the handicap of notifications popping up. Oh,
Ooh,
just to the Leaf Blade, but unable to.
That's unfortunate, yeah. But yeah, he should be able to do fine with 2 shields.
Yeah, at this point, I was like, is he not shielding this? He's got 2 shields. Yeah, I think I mean, he probably didn't even need to throw it at this point. He could still block again, but like you said, it's important to get it off just in case there's an Octazooka. And of course, the opponent realizing at that point there was nothing they could do, they just let it go. So now they're all tied up.
Yeah. Looks like Zachary is doing pretty well against the Kingdras, even though his team is pretty weak to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm taking notes myself as I haven't really built a team yet. I was like, do I want a Kingdra on my team?
Yeah. Do you want a Kingdra or the Lanturn?
Or the Lanturn,
I think those are the 2 two most popular picks at the moment.
Yeah. I also have to admit, I've been looking a little bit at Lucario for the blue pick, but...
Yeah, you have to choose where your fighting type is, or not bring any at all.
Yeah, or even if you will bring one, but yeah, it's kind of nice to get these early tournaments so you can kind of see how the Pokemon play against each other. Gengar just charges up so quickly. He's overcharging here, baiting with the Shadow Punch. Looks like there was a shield. Yeah. And he's going to shield too because he knows that he can get to another.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
He got the debuff. So I don't expect a second shield. No. At this point, you don't want to give up switch advantage either, I think.
Yeah. And interesting that he comes in with the Shiftry, but he's still able to...
I think the Snarls do more damage than the Sparks, but I'm not 100% sure. Because it's both neutral and Shiftry has more attack.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe it was the smart way to play it.
The Skuntank is really a problem for the Shiftry.
Yes. Doesn't shield the Crunch. The Crunch does a decent amount of damage, and I wonder if he's going to... Yep, he doesn't even bother to fake getting up to a Hydro Pump because he knows that the Skuntank has a lot of energy. And
I think Hit a Chicken really wants his Skuntank alive for the Shiftry in the back as well. Because I assume there is either a Macargo or a Superior in the back.
So let's see. Yeah, definitely.
No, probably not Superior because he just swapped with Lanturn. So Macargo maybe? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, an immediate swap out. Hitting that foul play. Man, this will still be close.
Yeah, he's out of shields as well. So, ooh.
Man.
That's nice. I think
Snarls just generates so quickly. Look at this.
Yeah.
Leaf Blade just enough to take it out. Down goes the Macargo. But yeah, he definitely wouldn't have made it to another move on the Lanturn.
No, I don't think so. And the Macargo probably had a move by now.
Yeah. I mean, Macargo takes a long time to get up to its move, but yeah, the moves are pretty much nukes. So even though it would have been ineffective on the Shiftry, it still would have definitely taken it out. Let's see, on to round 3, Shundo Hunter. Look, we're seeing an opposing Lanturn, a Blaziken, a Hypno, Whimsicott, Pidgeot, and Probopass.
This is a totally different team than the 2 you saw before, with the Fighter and the Charmer.
Indeed. Yeah, checking this out.
I think
assuming it's
Charmer
a Gust Pidgeot, right? Yeah, I think Charm actually is, I mean, okay, it's annoying everywhere, but it's something to deal with in this cup because I think people are always overlooking the Charm pick because it's never the best in its category, I think, on paper when you're looking.
Yeah, though I always make like a list of certain Pokemon I expect to see. This time it was around 90 Pokemon. And Whimsicott with Charm beat 65% of the scenarios I sent, and 65 is really a lot.
Yeah. Okay, dang, I'm gonna have to cut this portion out of the video so I can run my own Whimsicott as a surprise.
It had the highest win rate of all Simp Pokemon.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm Zachary, I'm really actually worried about that Whimsicott. Besides the Talonflame, it's definitely going to chunk away
It's another one of those Pokemon that can 2-shield through Zachary's teams, but this time he has the Talonflame.
Yeah, I mean, you're almost guaranteed going to see that Talonflame because it's the only really good counter. But in that same sense, then, you know, is Shundo Hunter going to make sure to bring a Probopass, and this is going to be kind of a RPS type matchup.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see if it's a Rock Throw or a Spark Probopass, because a Spark Probopass is a little bit more dynamic, let's say, but a Rock Throw Probopass can really punish Talonflame and Froslass.
What is your playstyle, or does it vary with each cup? Are you changing your moves on your Probopass?
Last time I played Probopass was in Rose Cup, and I played Rock Throw, but only because I had certain matchups that you could only win with Spark. But if you timed the move well, you could also win with Rock Throw. So I wanted a Pokemon that could really punish, and that's Probopass.
Yep. All right, well, yeah, let's see how they decide to play this one out. I'm really interested. I think Shundo Hunter's team comp is not necessarily better, but interesting. Okay.
Oof, that's not ideal for the Froslass, because you cannot really bait with Avalanche, even though Blaziken is so squishy.
Right, yeah, and his Blaze
super
Kick skill.
fast.
Yep.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, it looks like he just didn't want to have to shield, because he knew that he probably would have to shield the Blaziken. Yeah. So, but yeah, now the Lanturn's in a horrible position because neither one of its charge moves are effective on this Chesnaught, and now the Chesnaught's just building up a ton of energy. Yeah, he doesn't even charge it all the way, but it's still enough to take out the Lanturn.
Chesnaught is a really hard counter to Lanturn, especially Spark. Even though, Water Green is also resistant, so I guess both.
Yeah.
And can get off another one. Some good Chesnaught play.
Yeah. I like it. He just goes straight for the superpowers. It's like, okay, this is really my only play.
Yeah. And now we get, oh, nice.
Yeah, that was actually, this is going to be enough to take out the Blaziken.
I was going to say he can soak energy with Lanturn, but he can just deny it with Froslass as well.
Yeah, Froslass's attack is just one of the higher ones. So it was, even though I'm pretty sure that Blaziken had a ton of energy.
Blaziken is really high attack as well.
Oh, but I believe it was at a Blaze Kick then, don't you think?
Yeah, probably.
They just chose not to do it in time, you think?
Yeah, I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe he wanted to see if he would bring Lanturn first, because Blaziken should have CMP.
Oh, good point. Yeah, he was trying to see which Pokemon he brought in. But unfortunate for him, that Froslass came and just negated all of the energy that was built up. So let's see how they change it up for game 2.
Oh, that's a very good lead.
Yeah. Poor Shundo Hunter there. Getting out, bringing in the immediate hard counter of Whimsicott.
Oh, that's actually interesting, because Shundo Hunter could double shield here and win with his Whimsicott.
Yeah, and kind of run away with it. I wonder if it is just going to completely farm it down. Get that Froslass out of the way. Although going down 2 shields to nothing is very difficult as well. So
I'm sure he will take 1 shield back. Oh, it's Talonflame actually. Why didn't he come in Talonflame to counter the Whimsicott?
Yeah, that seems like a much better.
Yeah. Doesn't really have to shield.
Yeah. It chooses to. Okay.
Yeah. Probably wants to Brave Bird whatever comes in. He knows his Shiftry is pretty good against Hypno.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Ooh.
That was even risky, putting it in, getting 1 gust on the...
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus. What is going on? Okay, that was the ballsiest play there.
It's a win.
So
couldn't get off his second fall play, but it's pretty... He could have just done another Incinerate on the Pidgeot, but this was way more exciting.
Farm up way more energy on that Shiftry.
Yeah.
Shiftry, Whimsicott counter confirmed. Man, okay. Those are some really fun matches from Zachary. Very well played. Although, I guess it was kind of interesting that he didn't come in.
I think this game was more closer than it could have been.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if Shundo Hunter swapped in that Whimsicott and Zachary swapped in the Talonflame, that game would have been over 20 seconds earlier.
Especially since there's like a Lanturn and a Probopet on the opposing team, I would be happy to swap my Talonflame on the Charmer.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, luckily for him, it still all worked out and gave us some exciting matches. So we'll move on to the next round. Let's see, who do we got up next? FMC Garts.
Oh, nice Ferrothorn.
Yeah, but
we haven't seen that one.
A double flyers too on FMC's lineup.
Double flyer, double
and a
grass.
Noctowl. Okay.
The thing I usually dislike about metas where the slots have certain whitelists, like we saw in Voyager and now here as well, is that it often doesn't allow you to play like ABB teams, as we call them nowadays. But I think in Prismatic, there's really a lot of options to do so if you go in the bit of spice picks, or because we see we can double up on typings here pretty easily.
Yeah, I remember I first played an ABB lineup, or I did play. You played one against me back in maybe it was Forest Cup or one of these, and it was like one of my first real experiences with I believe you brought in a Ferrothorn, and so I switched in my Alolan Marowak, but then you had another grass in the back, and I had no way to win.
Probably
and that was,
Venusaur.
Yeah, that was one of my first rounds of like, oh, that was a strategy. So yeah, I'm interested.
I've been playing ABB teams throughout the whole season 2 and even in season 1 sometimes. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested to see both lineups have potential for ABB, so we could see kind of.
I don't see a lot of play for Ferrothorn though.
No, but that's the thing with Ferrothorn. It's so weak to fire, and actually there's a lot of. There's essentially a fire slot,
Oh my god.
Exactly. This is the problem.
So bad.
Looks like there's some lag too, which is definitely unfortunate for that Ferrothorn.
The Talonflame chose to not throw, so he has to shield in case it's thunder. But now he has 2 flame charges ready to go. I think this is a win for Zachary already.
Yeah.
This is. Oh.
Okay, that's a good response.
Lanturn resists all moves. Yeah.
Yes. So even going straight to Brave Bird here, double.
Yeah. That's so much damage.
Yeah, I don't think Lanturn wants to take 2 of them. Yep. Okay. So.
Yeah.
And Zachary's switch timer's up, so he's getting out of there as soon as possible. But then immediately going straight for that superpower too, which is. They're responding with the Talonflame.
Now we have the reverse. now our Chesnaught gets farmed down by his Talonflame.
So what do you feel is do you think you did it the correct way? Superpower and then.
I wasn't really looking at the incinerates, but with incinerate it's really key to do like 2 vine whips and then a move. Or just before the incinerate ends. It's really important.
This is rough though with a
he's probably gonna faint here.
Yeah.
No chance.
So very interested to see how this one will turn out.
So even though we could farm a Ferrothorn, we still lost the game. But that's really back and forth.
Yeah, it was that Talonflame of their own that really.
That was the key player for both players.
Yeah, I guess when you look at the teams, it really makes sense. They both have double grass, and also Zachary has a Froslass on his team. Talonflame looks like it does pretty well against Zachary.
I think Chesnaught would be better for FMC guards than Ferrothorn in the same.
I wonder if he also will think so now, seeing how fast that went down.
See how he adapts.
But I think the FMC guards thought process was, if they choose to farm me down, then I can at least get to a Thunder. But there's really not a need to shield so much a Chesnaught's charge move into a Talonflame. So it's an interesting thing to go either way. This also is an interesting matchup. Let's see. And now we'll get to see what the Hypno's moves are. Zachary's going to go straight for the Shadow Ball, which will not take out the Hypno, but will get it way too low for it to do.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, that did way more than
that's rough.
Yeah.
And the Shadow Ball in return. So
Man.
It's a shield for the switch advantage.
I'm really puzzled. I'm looking. It's a 1500 CP Hypno, but I feel like.
Oh man, this Talonflame is well positioned because you cannot really go to Shiftry. You have to go to the Lanturn and then hope you can beat whatever's in the back with your own Shiftry.
Okay, let's see how he does it here. He's probably going to do the same thing. You have Brave Bird.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh wow. how does Zachary win this?
Probably because Lanturn is so OP.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not shielding the Noctowl here, which is smart, but I mean you have to shield at least one, but they still have a pretty healthy Talonflame in the back. Is he just gonna farm down the
he might
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Okay.
And now because of the Incinerate is so slow, like it takes 10 moves to get you charging, so
it definitely
10 turns, so sorry. So even though if you're like 1 energy away for a move, you lose 5 turns by default. So an immediate Thunderbolt, you can do a Spark first because the Incinerate will go through anyway, but it wasn't necessary. So
yeah, I mean, I think we all need a masterclass of how to play against Incinerate users. I'll just pitch it right now to everyone. Kacholiker did an amazing video earlier in the year about forced overtap, and we used Incinerate Pokemon as an example. So if you guys want to learn how to play against Incinerate, and also as an Incinerate user, how to be the most effective with it, check out that video.
Yeah, exactly. Because overtapping is a real problem on Incinerate.
Oh my god, overtapping is a huge problem for me with Hypno, so I can already tell that I'm going to be the worst Incinerate user.
Hard because it's 4-turn move. Yeah. With Incinerate, basically you can do every other fast move is less turns, so you can do any move and still tap your charge move before the Talonflame can do anything. So yeah, that's the disadvantage of a Talonflame, but yeah, it's really strong. So
yeah, I'm seeing a lot of it in this cup. So obviously, every user is finding a good merit with it. Oh, this is
okay. That's a perfect lead.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So they immediately dip out into the Lanturn. And so Zachary
doesn't really have an answer for Lanturn. Actually.
Yeah, I guess that's why he's staying in. Just trying to do as much damage as possible on this thing. This is just a
Thunderbolt.
But I mean, it still will do a decent amount of damage because Froslass is so.
But frail. I guess like the Lanturn is maybe an even better counter to the Noctowl because you resist the Sky attacks.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now their switch timers are very off. This Lanturn was storing up a ton of energy, so. And it doesn't. Thunderbolts are not resisted by the other Lanturns, so.
I think at this point you can let go one Thunderbolt, but I think you have to throw because they will reach another. Oh wow!
Okay, I think you got a little bit lucky. Yeah. And now this Lanturn is fully. Charged up.
And if FMC Guards is going double flyer again, he's in a bad spot.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you're Zachary, you're probably still pretty nervous about the Talonflame in the back.
Oh, that's
giving that to or Noctowl extra.
But now we're in the never mind. I was gonna say he can save a shield for Talonflame and do a Brave Bird.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
I think if I was that Talonflame, was he at a flame charge?
Yeah, he was at his third Incinerate.
Yeah. So I think he was trying to go for that Brave Bird, but yeah, I think even at that range of flame charge would have been better than nothing.
The first move on Talonflame, they reach it at the same time because you go over in energy on the flame charge by a bit. So it's 3 incinerates and then 2 for the next flame charge, or 3 for a brave bird.
Those were...
You gotta study that for the Prismatic Cup.
Yes. Especially, because you're going to run into, even if you're not going to run a Talonflame, you're definitely going to run into them. So knowing when to throw your own charge moves against it is also pretty key.
And you want to put Stone Edge on Blaziken.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Let's go on to the next round. Zachary's been doing really, really well. Verdugo, 20 CM. The first Crustle that we've seen. So this team is, we got a double rock, double psychic.
A double steel.
And double steel, yeah. So yeah, they're really saying, come at me with
I'm really wondering if the Golem
here.
is legacy. It's a super legacy Pokemon because you cannot get much shot with a Elite EM.
Oh really?
So it's super rare, but I've seen some people having a mud shot Golem.
Yeah, and that charges up. I mean, if you really think about it, you probably don't need the rock throw.
It's a rock throw.
You don't need both Crustle and Golem to have the same fast move, is what I'm saying. So there's potential that one of them is either running Fury Cutter or that it's a legacy Golem. So, all right. Well, yeah, and even Zachary's fighter is kind of a pseudo fighter. So the
it's neutral to Fury Cutter because it's part grass.
Yeah. So let's see how they get into these matches. That is not what you want to see.
Let's hope it's a Fury Cutter.
Yeah.
Nope. It's a
wow. But if you look at Zachary's lineup there, he can't switch out.
Oh, I haven't seen.
He has a Shiftry and a Talonflame. So I mean.
Oh boy.
Oh, he does it anyway. But if this Crustle moves out, then he's really in trouble.
A Fury Cutter against an Exeter against a Shadow Shiftry nukes.
Yeah, but this isn't a shadow,
even though
right?
Even though it's only it's a bait move and it nukes Shadow Shiftry. So, oops.
But yeah, I mean, even still, the Exeter does a heavy chunk to Shiftry anyway.
It's double super effective. So
really this was Verdugo's fault, I think, if he loses this, because he should have recognized that if Shiftry is the best counter.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a fair point. But maybe Verdugo brought Bronzong and Hypno. Has
also true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I think it can go both ways.
Oh man, look at that. One move was enough to, okay. This is my boy. This is a water gun Lanturn.
And a shiny.
And a shiny.
Yep. This is game over for Zachary.
Yeah, wow, very quick swaps by both of them. This Shadow Ball will do heavy damage to the Hypno, but that Lanturn is going to be OP here, I think.
Yep.
And I don't even need to use it to this Hypno throwing an Ice Punch. Okay, that's
here the Hypno could have done one extra confusion before the Incinerate, but yeah, it was a win already for his side.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, that was really, looking at the Verdugo's team, ballsy of Zachary to bring in 2 flyers to a team that has literally 2 rock users.
Not 2 flyers, but
maybe he was trying to call a bluff.
Yeah. I assume we're gonna see Lanturn from
we'll probably have to see some sort of adaptation to that lineup, because that was pretty hard countered. Although Zachary played great as a,
Oh man, such a bad lead. Well. Oh, he's probably not bringing his Crustle. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, unless the Crustle's really just thinking that maybe he's playing an ABB lineup and saving it for a Talonflame in the back.
Yeah. Yeah. Good point. But then why wouldn't you keep your Lanturn? I assume Verdugo wants to keep Switch here because of the such a positive lead.
Man, look at that. Look at that. Oh, dang it.
Yeah, Water Gun is really... Because Froslass doesn't resist water.
Right, but he does have to double shield. But now at least, unfortunately now the Lanturn doesn't really have much play anymore.
Like you have 2 crosses. One is good against the Crustle, and one is good against the Hypno.
So that was the correct move, going for the heavier hitting
Yeah.
move here.
Now you can do one Vine Whip, throw, and swap out. And then the confusion damage will go to Shiftry.
Yep.
And he has a shield left, so that's really good.
Yeah, because the Shiftry will definitely need it for this Ice Punch.
Yep.
Assuming Verdugo's gonna... The fact that he doesn't leave the matchup is...
That's a nice farm on Shiftry.
He's able to take it out with the Leaf Blade, and now he can...
Yeah, that's a nice win.
Wow. So I was right, there was a Crustle in the back.
Yep. Yeah, indeed.
But I bet he's... Although, to be fair, with the double grass lineup, when he saw the Chesnaught at the beginning, he probably was like, let's get this Lanturn out of the way because it doesn't have a good matchup later. So,
wow,
interesting team comp.
That was a very good comeback from a Chesnaught into a Hypno lead.
Yes, I completely agree. And it's like, I didn't notice it at first, but it's so true. There's not a fire user on Verdugo's team. So in that case, those grasses should really be shining here. So I wonder if Zachary will.
Shiftry beats Lanturn, Hypno, and Bronzong all together. So bring those Shiftrys.
Show me Shiftry. No, it's Froslass.
Was it this round that the Shadow Ball went unshielded?
No, I think it was the previous opponent.
Okay.
But man, I feel like the Shadow Ball doesn't do as much damage to my Hypno as it did to that last one. So I'm wondering if I just have a really good one or if I just overestimate. Oh, that hurts. And now into a Crustle, an Avalanche, but I assume he's just throwing so he can get out.
Yeah.
Oh, unfortunate timing.
This is where Chesnaught might be a bit better because of the fighting type, resisting the rock moves. Shiftry is the better cross against Verdugo's team.
Oh, now we have a Ferrothorn.
Perfect.
That was a good read.
The Lanturn smiling in the back. I don't really know. I think most Ferrothorns will run Thunder because of the Talonflame pressure.
Yeah, the Flyers, I think it's the best.
But if this is a Flash Cannon Ferrothorn, nope.
No, but we saw it in the other... Oh no, that was a completely different matchup.
Yeah, that was another game. Oh man, throw the Leaf Blade, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not gonna make it.
Oh, CMP tie, that's perfect.
Yeah. All right, so that is out of there, and now I assume the Lanturn comes into play? Yeah.
Yeah, Hypno only has a Shadow Ball, and Lanturn can tank one.
Yeah, Lanturn's a tank.
Won't even need it.
Yeah.
Oh. Sack swap?
Yeah, wow.
Perfect.
Really great timing. Oh, wow. A Focus Blast.
Damn. Oh, that's probably why he did Ice Punch on the Froslass.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, that was a good bait. But man, Focus Blast is not a... I mean, I guess it would come as a surprise. But if you think about it, with as many Hypnos as there are in this cup, you almost want to have at least Shadow Ball or at least the double elementals to threaten the other things that are in the meta. Focus Blast seems very niche.
Yeah, maybe it was his TBL.
Maybe he was just out of charge TMs.
Yeah, no, because the meta was literally announced half an hour earlier. So
That's true.
If Snorlax is #1 in the ranking,
that is
true.
Yeah,
imagine safe swapping a Snorlax and getting fake Focus Blasted.
Yeah, you would never expect it especially in these types of cups. But that is, definitely true because Snorlax would have the major advantage otherwise. I'm interested.
I really enjoyed these battles.
Yeah, me too. Like I thought that they were really well played, especially for a meta just being announced. I think these people threw together some pretty decent teams, with a lot of synergy. And so interested to see as this month progresses, which Pokemon will stay at the top of the the user list. I think Lanturn is definitely number one as far as the first slot.
I have the meta user list from YTX Pikachu. And it's Lanturn, Flygon, Talonflame, Shiftry, Hypno, and Drifblim.
Okay. But so we didn't see a lot of those to be. Well, I mean, some of those we saw, they're very obvious picks, but
yeah, we didn't see Drifblim and Flygon yet, but that's because like the first Prismatic Cup usage YTX build, those weren't popular then, but they rose up in ranking really quick. Flygon probably to counter the Lanturn, so its ground typing, and then Drifblim because of Hypno.
Yeah, but what about that Flygon switching in and then realizing it's a water gun Lanturn?
Yeah, but it's also a dragon type, so it's neutral.
It'll still win. But yeah, congratulations to Zachary Barber. This was a really cool matchup, winning the very first practice Prismatic Cup that there was. That's something to be proud of. And this tournament was brought to you by the Flash Tournaments for Everyone server that you are like the leader of. Do you want to give a quick plug and let people know about it? We do this for almost every pre-meta month one because but for those of you who are new to it.
I think by now most of them know them already, but the Flash Tournaments for Everyone server is a Discord server where we host daily tournaments that are proposed by members or staff members. And you can propose any meta you want. Most of the metas are Silph, obviously. Yeah, if the tournament gets 8 players, we just run them. We tag a tournament organizer and we say, hey, there's some players here who wanna play tournaments, and then we can start.
Very, very cool. Thanks again, Kevin, for coming on. We always love it when we have you here. And for those of you who are interested in joining Flash Tournaments for Everyone, we'll include the link in the description below. And make sure to keep tuning in because we'll have more Prismatic Cup stuff coming out later this month. Bye.
Bye.